You're listening to Real Talk Texas with local expert Steve Hakes. Now, here's Steve.
Welcome back to Real Talk Texas. Today in the studio, we're talking about reverse mortgages and financial planning and how to make sure that you're set and you can utilize some of the things that you have, like equity in your house, when you're getting at that point. Or maybe your parents, maybe you're listening and your parents need some advice as to how to manage things and get into retirement, be more comfortable, maybe stay in their house versus going into a retirement facility or something like that. And today we've got Dr. Carl Howe, and he's with Val Trust Capital Partners. He's our financial expert here on Real Talk Texas. And we've got Lorraine Geraci, and she's with Urban Financial, and she's my lean-on resource for reverse mortgages. When you call me and you're wanting a reverse mortgage, I'm going to work closely with Urban Financial, and they make sure that we customize that for you. And I think that really comes into play in reverse mortgages. This really is a custom loan for each individual, right?
Absolutely. I love the word that you just used, Steve, because having been in the reverse mortgage sales industry as well as training for the last 10 years, I can tell you this is a very, very unique product that requires a specific focus from sales professionals on our older adults and the individual circumstances that are relatable to this program. This is not a black and white situation. This is very different from a regular forward mortgage loan product. This is catered and revised to really address the specific and individual needs of older adults and what they're facing with financial longevity. And it's important that people recognize that, folks like you, Steve, can really sit and spend that time that's necessary to understand what the needs are, how the program can be flexible and best suit those needs, and really create a sense of comfort and longevity for these people just to really maintain financial independence. I think that's what everybody wants most of all.
Lorraine, I think that's a great point. And I got involved with Steve about 6 to 8 months ago, and we bounced ideas off each other and referred to each other. And basically, the thing about it is things in the Texas and the things in the Metroplex are different than any other area. A lot of times in different markets, and you see all these actors on TV all the time, talking about reverse mortgages, but they're not local. They don't deal with you directly and have that personal contact and know what your situation is and what you need and what you're trying to accomplish. And I think that's really, really important.
Well, let's go back a little bit for those listeners that just tuned in, and let's talk about some of the highlights, Lorraine, about reverse mortgages. Why do people need it? Why should they call us? What are some of the strategies they use it for?
Mm-hmm. Reverse mortgages have become a very popular tool for older adult homeowners to be able to access a portion of the equity in their property to allow them additional financial resources to do a variety of different things. For example, paying off existing mortgage debt, providing additional monthly income, again, maintaining financial security in retirement years, so that way lifestyles don't really focus on, having a strategic change and people are not able to do things. Also allowing people to maintain their properties and stay in their homes if that's what they would like to do to stay in age of place. It's very important focus, I'm sure, across the nation as well. And many people understand that utilizing some of the equity in their property, similar to a home equity loan, will allow them the opportunity to use some of their own funds without having to pay back a lending institution on a monthly basis. So it really frees up a lot of their hard-earned cash over the years from their property that they really would not be able to access without really selling it or incurring a monthly debt. So really helped a lot of people across the country, hundreds and thousands of folks.
And I think one of the other things that we need to make sure everybody's clear on is that today there really are it's available to everyone. There's of some, as long as you're over 62 years old and you've got that strategy in mind, what you really should do is come in, we'll meet with you, we'll go through what is your situation. If you want to bring your kids or your heirs in too, I think to getting them involved early so they understand exactly what your strategies are. If you have that situation where you have a close-knit family and you want input from all of your family on how you're going to create your financial package as you go into your senior years, I think that's really important. And I think the key here is really to start the process and really get in and let you know, Zach. You don't know until you go through the process and you figure out, okay, how much money is available, because that's a big question mark, and it varies by each person. How much of it is available? What are the strategies we could do with it? Like, we can engage with Dr. Carl Howe and Val Trust Capital Partners to say, okay, we've got this lump sum available. We want to talk about long-term care. That's not my area. Okay, I can't really tell you what to do with long-term care, but he can. And so that's where I would refer him and say, okay, of this strategy, what you have available, let's get him involved, and maybe he can help tailor this financial plan for you guys as well.
That's a great point, Steve. But also the fact is even if you took out a lump sum or you're looking at taking out payments over a period of time, is that going to be enough? Like Lorraine said earlier, people are living longer these days. I think one of the fastest growing segments of our population is 80 and up. And so people are living a lot longer, and they're going to need money for a lot longer, and they might have health needs, et cetera. A lot of times you can structure something to where you can set up a guaranteed income stream through things that we work with. And again, I refer people to Steve for the reverse mortgage, but you can refer them back, and essentially we can show them how to get a lifetime guaranteed income stream that they can never outlive off of that reverse mortgage.
Well, and there's a lot of strategies here, and so that's why it takes time, and you really need to sit down with us and go through the whole picture. And I do that with our regular mortgages too. I always look at the mortgage as a financial plan for my clients, and what's the best scenario for you. I've got almost every loan program available out there, and this is one of them. The reverse mortgage, it really helps customers in their senior years, really help them have a better lifestyle, and that's a great product. And actually, it wasn't always available in Texas, and we've added that. How long has it been in Texas, Lorraine?
I am not really overly sure about the exact timing with it, but yes, it was the last state to get involved.
It's been about 10 years. I think they came here in 2003. I started doing them back then, and so it's a great vehicle. It's not for everybody, but it is available to everybody. So you have to really get in and get that consultation as, okay, does this make sense for me?
And Steve, I just wanted to mention quickly that it's not always necessarily for people that are in a dire straits, cash poor situation. Yes, it is available for folks that allow them to, regain their financial security. However, there are people that are doing just fine with where they are right now. However, as Carl mentioned, really want to bridge that gap and really maintain that financial security over time or through retirement years. So it's not just for people that really are in a destitute situation. It's also for folks that want to look ahead, prepare, make sure they have that financial security for a long period of time as well.
And also for estate planning as well, right?
Yep.
So definitely, I mean, Absolutely. It's one of those things that it seems like there are certain things in your life that you really need to take care of. We've had several experts on the show here at Real Talk Texas, and really what we try to do on our show is bring in the advice that you might need throughout your life. We've had estate planners on here. We've had divorce attorneys on the show. We've had financial planners. I've talked about mortgages. We've talked about business, SBA loans, things like that you might need. But we always try to find people that can give our listeners the advice. I hope that you guys enjoy our show and that you've really enjoyed the last year of us talking about all these different things. And so I'm really happy that we've had Lorraine Geraci on the show today with Urban Financial. They're my partner for reverse mortgages. We've got Dr. Carl Howe here, and he's with Val Trust Capital Partners, and his website is Retirement Foundation Group.com. And on his website, I always tell people, if you want to know about getting ready to retire, he does some great seminars for seniors. You might want to talk about that right now, what's coming up.
I would like to. And, just to take off on the reverse mortgages again, I think that the generation of people that I work with are seniors. And, people really want to be self-sufficient. They don't want to file bankruptcy. They don't want to, if there's a way for them to protect what they have and they can do it on their own, they want to do that. They don't want to go to their children. They want to do it on their own. And what a great program. And again, if you're thinking about it, call Steve. But also, we are doing a workshop for helping people retire. And some of the things that we're going to be covered is coming up in December. We've got 3 workshops set up on Social Security, income, and retirement income, increasing those two things in retirement. A lot of people aren't aware of all the options that are available to help you increase Social Security by as much as, oh goodness, $1,000 a month up to $180,000 over your lifetime. And it's a substantial amount of money. But if you don't do the right options, and we're offering anybody that comes to the website or to the workshop, we're offering them a personalized, customized Social Security maximization report that will give them a roadmap on exactly what they need to do. Plus, we're going to be talking about creating tax-free income in retirement and several other things, and protecting yourself from long-term care. But again, if you're interested, please go to our website. It's www.retirementfoundationgroup.com, and just sign in, and we'll get a hold of you, or there's a number to call if you click on the seminars tab in the upper right-hand corner.
Well, make sure you go to that website. That website, again, is retirementfoundationgroup.com. That's retirementfoundationgroup.com. We've got the seminars coming up in December. Hey, he gets great turnouts. They fill up fast, so make sure you go in there and register early to make sure you get a chance to go to that seminar. And again, if you're thinking about reverse mortgages, you want to get a hold of us, make sure you call our office, call our show here. Send a text to 817-925-2546. That's 817-925-2546. Just put in the word reverse, and we'll get a hold of you right away. Thanks for tuning in to Real Talk Texas here on KLIF AM 570, News and Information. I'm your host, Steve Hakes, heard every week here on Sundays. Tune in next week.